cold out there this morning. It started out this morning at 28 degrees. If you remember last weekend, I was sweating outside. North Carolina coastal weather has a lot of changes. So we're not going to get started on the projects right away. And instead, we're going to head to Lowe's and pick up a few things we need to do projects today. Okay, so we're off to Lowe's to go get the things we need today. We're going to get some potting soil for Tracy's project and getting the banana trees planted. We'll do the bay laurel in some Miracle Grow soil and peat moss and vermiculite. So we're going to try to skip the driveway today and do some other projects. Okay, so one of the projects we talked about working on last night was the driveway today. But after looking at it a little more this morning, I kind of think that the driveway is going to be all right for a while. It looks like the gravel's holding up. So I'll probably move on to some fencing projects, and I think you're going to do the planting today?
Yeah.
To get the banana plants and
pot and
bay in?
Yep.
As you can see, the driveway here is holding up rather well. There's a few dips in it here and there, but it's a whole lot better than it was. I think the trick was getting the reclaimed gravel that was mixed with dirt and some good crusher run. So we'll probably put this project off to another day. Okay, we made it to the Lowe's in one piece, probably 15-20 minutes from the house, and we have to do that thing that nobody in America really wants to do right now before they'll let us in, so we'll get our masks on and let's go shopping. Okay, we made it out here to the patio section. We're going to pick up the patio stones for the patio we're building for the fire pit. Let Tracy pick out what she wants, and we'll get them loaded up on the cart. Okay, Tracy's getting started on the patio. She's taking some pea gravel out that was in along the edges of the ground contact decks and clearing the ground and leveling it so she can lay her patio stones in. One of the nice things about living here so close to the coast is we don't have to dig out, lay a bed of gravel, and then put sand down so that we get drainage under the patio. The patio pretty much is self-draining because the ground is sand and very loose, so when it rains, the water goes straight into the ground. So we can skip a step. As long as we get it good and level, we'll have plenty of good drainage, and we'll have a nice patio to walk on. Okay, my project today is to put a roof on Tracy's woodshed that she built with the used pallet lumber last weekend. It's not gonna be like a traditional roof that you build on a house, but it'll be similar, slanted roof. We'll cover it with metal. I'm frugal, so I'm always looking for ways to save money when I do projects on Homestead. So instead of buying a bunch of pre-cut lumber, I typically get out the table saw and rip 2x4s into the type of lumber that I need. And I'm cutting everything on the table saw out of 2x4s. Stand table saw up on its end, set it at 3/4 of an inch, and you'll get 4 and then a small piece of these 3/4 inch strips out of the table saw. So these will go all the way across. That's what we'll nail our sheet metal to when the time comes to put the metal down. We've got some used metal we'll have to go over to her father's house and get later. He found a guy who had tore a building down and had a bunch of metal. He used some and saved some for me, so we're going to get that later. But I'll get all these nailers on there and then show you how we do the overhangs on the ends. Okay, I got all of the cross pieces on and the front fascia boards, so we are ready for metal now. And over here, Tracy's little patio project's turning out real nice. And there goes the eddy. That's a start to it. We have a lot more to do, but it looks nice. Good job, Trace.
Thanks. You quit.
Well, we didn't get as much done as we thought we'd get today.
Nope.
Patio looks great.
Thanks. Woodshed roof. Pretty good too.
Well, you built the woodshed.
Well, it needed a roof.
As y'all can see here, Tracy got the patio laid, and how many total stone we bought? 20 today, and we had
4. Or we had 6, so
okay,
it's
so
26.
26 stone does not. These are 16-inch wide. They do not cover a lot of ground.
Yeah.
I think we figured to get from here to the woodshed 5 wide, we'd need 25 more, and probably 60 on that side and 40 on this side to finish what we're doing. But we kind of moved like pond water today, and I did a rare thing. I slept in. I'm usually up at 4, and I didn't get up till 7. I did get started cutting the fence off a little bit. Tracy got the patio done. We put some temporary string lights up that look like a circus tent, but it ought to be nice. We're gonna come out here and build a fire later. For now, we're gonna go to your parents' house and go get that metal.
Yep.
So we can get the roof on. I think it's supposed to rain tomorrow.
Yeah, I think it is too.
So we didn't get to show you as much as we wanted today, but we're going to keep this series going, so there'll be a lot going on. Just some of the projects that I need to get done. I put the furring strips on the building and cut those out of 2x4s because I'm still cheap. It was OSB sided because we needed the building really quick when we moved here, so I threw up that building. It's what, 12 by 16?
12 by 16.
And just OSB sided it and painted the OSB, and I never have liked that look. So I'm gonna paint the strips gray to match the building, give it a board and batten look. I've still got to tear the top of the greenhouse off and get it done. I've got it. Eddie, you're not a lap dog.
Yes, he is.
Got to get the garden stripped out, get the fences moved. I'm waiting for my new auger to come. But I think we'll head out now and go maybe get that metal.
Yep.
You probably need to eat something.
Yes.
I'd like to cook over the fire tonight. Well, now it's getting dark on us. Build us a fire. We're gonna cook this evening over the fire, but I have to still get the metal on the roof of the building. Ran out of time, had to go back out, had to go get the metal from over at her parents' house. Now it's getting cold again. So we'll get this fire built. That's what I do with all my scraps from the 2x4s. I cut them up in smaller pieces with the table saw, and then I use them to start fires. Then I've got some really nice split oak over there. That should do it. We'll have a fire here in a little bit, and doesn't get too cold, we'll sit out here this evening. But I've got to get that metal on the roof now. I'll show you another great Ryobi tool here in just a minute. Okay, I'm going to get the metal cut and measured out and get on the building roof. And then it's time to sit down and relax and enjoy the evening. Hope it doesn't get as cold tonight as it did last night. It was 28 degrees here on the coast when I woke up this morning, which is kind of cold for us. Beautiful day today. It was up in the 60s. I stayed out here working. Let's get some tools and let's get this metal cut. Well, about to get the roof finished up. A few more rows of screws and we'll be done, ready to sit down and enjoy the fire and maybe a good dinner. Don't know if I mentioned this or not, but the Ryobi 1 tools work all day. Probably did. Kind of hate to see what this looks like in daylight. Well, that's that. The roof's on the building, and now it's time to sit down and relax. It has gotten quite chilly out here. Tracy's dressed up like we're going to Anchorage for a get-together. I see she's got some baked potatoes wrapped over on the ground, and I saw some steaks in the house prepared, so we're going to cook this fire down and cook some steaks. But what do you think? You like the patio?
I love the patio.
Do you like the wood house?
I love the wood house.
Yeah, I cussed more putting screws in that metal.
They don't make those screws like they used to.
No, that was the worst screws. They're not sharp. They don't want to cut the metal.
Nope. I do have good news today, though. I bought $12 worth of raffle tickets at my local music store, and because I'm learning to play the guitar and was buying a new strap because I didn't have one, and I got a phone call this evening. I won the top prize. I get a new guitar, and I believe it's a Gibson.
A new free guitar. Well, $16 guitar.
$16 guitar, brand new.
We never have that luck.
No, that's awesome. Wow, look at those. This is good.
Baked potatoes.
Yep. I think I should take the corn.
Okay, the steaks are ready.
All right.
We're good with the potatoes, and Potatoes ready?
Yep. Potatoes are ready.
All right. Sit down and have a good evening. Been a long day.
Yes, it has.
I love smelling like the fire pit.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's pretty awesome. Ooh, a little warm.
Want to roast you okay?
Yeah. Wow, what a cover.
That's how you put it in to an excellent day.
Yes,
What do you think?
I think it's excellent. I can't wait. I'm starving.